His favorite fighter is Islam too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Bro, I love both. Bro, you can't. I love both guys. They're gonna give him a fight before the title shot because there is no way. If I'm the world champion, I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt.
Ilia Topuria didn't hold back during a playful sparring session with the Nelk boys and ended up knocking one of them out cold after learning their favorite fighter was Islam Makhachev. While it started lighthearted, Ilia made a statement with a clean shot that dropped one of them, leaving the rest stunned. It was all in good fun, but Ilia clearly took the moment to show where he stands when it comes to rivals.
His favorite fighter is Islam too. Yep.
Bro, I love both. Bro, you can't. I love both guys.
That was like, come on, you're good.
I'm like scared to hit him because I know he's gonna hit him very.
Oh!
Ilia Topuria also revealed that he studies his opponents in extreme detail before stepping into the octagon. He explained that he looks at all their past fights, tracking every punch they throw and identifying where they feel most comfortable inside the cage. By breaking down this data, Ilia builds a clear strategy to exploit their habits and weaknesses.
Oh, that's what you guys study? Wait, what is this?
This is like how many low kicks he throws. How many low kick with the left, with the right, with the middle kick, da da da.
Wow, you might have to come see this. That's okay. Or just show the. So Ilia has a chart of every single strike he's thrown and how many different ones there are.
Look, he gives me the resume of all his fights, all the punches he throws, everything he does, and which place in the octagon he feels comfortable, like where he throws more punches. Because we have like numbers, like for example, like the corner of the octagon is the number 1, the middle is the number 2, this place is the number 3. So we see in all his fights where's the number that he feels more comfortable. So I'm not gonna give you the chance to be there.
Furthermore, Ilia Topuria had a tense moment with the Nelk boys after he believed one of them disrespected his wife during a live stream. Topuria got visibly upset with the Nelk boys, and he challenged it in the moment and then walked away. A clear sign he didn't take it lightly.
Actually, I met my wife in Miami.
Really?
Yeah, she was living there.
Damn. Who says you can't meet your wife in Miami?
You can find your wife in any place in the world.
You hear that? Put that on Only in Date on Instagram. You can meet your wife in Miami.
Alright, let's roll.
Put it on Only in Date is hilarious.
Every year. But why are you saying that?
Huh?
Why are you saying that?
Everyone says that.
Because you go to the party and this is the only place
Yeah.
you see. But you don't know the another part of Miami of people that just they want.
Normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
But
We
best
need
place
see
to
that
work
side.
out too, Miami, because you can just walk outside and run in the water.
On the other hand, Ilia Topuria made a shocking claim, saying he would vacate his title before giving Arman Tsarukyan a shot. He insisted Arman should fight someone else first and declared he would never offer him a title chance. If that's what the UFC wanted, they could take his belt.
Listen, when you put so much effort in the game and you have a guy in front who you don't know that maybe he could pull out from the fight, that's not something good for us. It's not on my back. Bro, I don't care. They're gonna give him a fight before the title shot because there is no way. If I'm the world champion, I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt. I don't do it.
Arman Tsarukyan responded sharply to Ilia Topuria's comments, calling him out for backing away from a real challenge. He questioned how someone could claim to be a true champion while trying to avoid a title defense. Arman made it clear the belt would end up with him, whether Ilia gives it up or loses it in the cage. Arman Tsarukyan said, "Imagine calling yourself a champion, but you're already looking for a way out. You can vacate it or I'll take it. Either way, it's mine." Ilia Topuria predicted that his next fight would likely be against Justin Gaethje or Paddy Pimblett. He dismissed the idea of facing Arman Tsarukyan, saying that Arman isn't even being considered as an option.
Seriously, who do you think you'll be, the UFC will give you next? I'm curious because there's a lot of guys.
I don't know. I think that they are going to try to push for Justin. This is what I think. Or maybe Paddy. There's not even conversation about Arman.
Former featherweight fighter Marcos D'Amata shared strong support for Arman Tsarukyan. He said he truly believed Arman could give Ilia Topuria serious problems and even beat him. While praising Ilia as a powerful and talented champion, D'Amata emphasized that Arman has all the right tools to win: striking, grappling, and high fight IQ. He pointed out that Arman was originally brought into the UFC for his grappling, but has since shown knockout power as well. In his view, Arman is on another level and even better than anyone Ilia has faced, including Charles Oliveira.
Because in my opinion, in my heart, I think Arman can make it very hard for Ilia. I think he can beat Ilia. I think he will beat Ilia. You train Arman, of course, yeah. But I believe in Arman. I think he has the ability, the tools, to beat a guy like Ilia. Oh, he's a very heavy-handed guy, unbelievable guy. Ilia is a great champion. All the abilities that Ilia has, he's amazing. He was hired by the UFC because of his grappling, and then all of a sudden he started knocking people out. So no, we respect Ilia's grappling, but I think Arman's a different level. I think Arman has the ability. He's better than Charles. He's better than all these guys that Ilia fought.
Marcos D'Amata said putting Arman against Ilia right now could ruin a potential super fight between Ilia and Islam Makhachev. He explained that if Arman beats Ilia too soon, the UFC might lose that big matchup. So he thinks the UFC could match Ilia with someone like Paddy Pimblett instead, while Islam faces Jack Della Maddalena. If both Ilia and Islam win, that sets up a massive showdown for next year. In the meantime, D'Amata suggested Arman might need one more fight to clearly secure his position as the top contender.
Let's say they put Arman now with Ilia, then the big super fight, Ilia-Islam, is off, and he beats Ilia, and that's super off. So I'm not sure, maybe they're gonna put Pimblett to fight Ilia or somebody else to fight Ilia to get a good win. Wait until Islam fights Jack, see what happens. Hopefully they both win. There's your big super fight of the year next year, and in the meantime, Arman needs to fight maybe one more time, to cement himself as the #1 contender. That's what we gotta do, whatever, we'll do.
However, Ilia Topuria expressed strong interest in fighting Paddy Pimblett next, calling it the perfect opportunity to make a statement with little risk. He saw it as an easy matchup and a chance to entertain fans while proving he was levels above Paddy in every aspect of the game.
What is going on with Paddy?
All the fans around the world, I think that they want to see that fight. And at the same time, I have to be honest, I think it's one of the easiest fights that I could have in the lightweight division. I don't know, I can do with him whatever I want to do in reality. It's very excited fight for the fans.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna enjoy a lot the whole process, and at the same time, it's a fight where I'm going to be able to shine once again.
Demetrius Johnson made it clear that Arman Tsarukyan deserved the next lightweight title shot, not Justin Gaethje. He argued that Arman was the rightful #1 contender, regardless of how the rankings were viewed. Johnson criticized the UFC for pushing a fight between Ilia Topuria and Paddy Pimblett for the sake of sales, rather than giving the opportunity to Arman, who had earned it. Demetrius Johnson said, "Don't give it to Justin Gaethje, give it to Arman Tsarukyan. It needs to be him. Arman, obviously. Arman Tsarukyan is the #1 contender, he's ranked #1, whatever you want to say about the rankings. But they're forcing this fight with Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia just because it'll probably sell more, but the rightful person who should be getting the next title shot at lightweight is Arman." Daniel Cormier backed Arman Tsarukyan as the clear and deserving next title challenger. He dismissed names like Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje, insisting no one in the division had earned it more. For DC, Arman had proven himself at the top and deserved his shot at the belt.
I don't understand how anyone in this weight class can say that they should get a title shot over Arman Tsarukyan. He was the #1 contender for the last year. He was in line to fight for the belt in Los Angeles, and then it didn't happen. It was because his back went out, right? Some people were saying it was a weight issue. Well, today he stepped on the scale as a backup fighter and looked in phenomenal shape. It just feels like Arman Tsarukyan should be next to fight for the championship.
However, Demetrius Johnson felt Ilia Topuria would knock out Arman and wouldn't even try to grapple with Arman Tsarukyan. In his view, Ilia would aim to keep the fight on his feet and go for a quick knockout. He believed Ilia wasn't interested in showing off his ground game, as he just wanted to finish fights fast and move on.
Like, I don't think he's just going to risk going into where Arman's good just to prove a point.
No, I think he's going to knock Arman out. I don't think he cares to wrestle with anybody. I think he's going to get himself to the right spot and try to knock everybody out.
Alexander Volkanovski believed the key to beating Ilia Topuria was to drag him into deep waters and test his cardio. He felt Ilia had never truly been pushed, and constant wrestling would reveal whether he could keep up. In Volk's eyes, non-stop grappling might be the way to break him.
Tell us, so what's the strategy against a guy like Ilia? Let's say you guys run it back again.
Wrestle the bloke, mate.
You gotta get him, get him down, right?
Down. Like, that's what you want. You want to see what's going to happen with his gas tank. So even with Ilia, great fighter. Like even a lot of the things he does, like I'm sure a lot of it's well trained, and then he's got so many good instincts as well. Like even him just shifting that way, he's probably trained for that. But then just as soon as he wanted to square his hips up with the right hand, the power was there and put him in a safer position while he was throwing too. So just little things like that he probably trains for, or it's just great instincts. But yeah, we want to see the gas tank, see what happens with that. Because I thought Charles, when he was taking him down and forcing the sort of wrestle and the grapple, I felt like it was starting to wear on him a little bit.
Din Thomas believed Paddy was still the most likely to get the title shot, but he saw Arman Tsarukyan as the biggest threat to Ilia Topuria. He felt Arman had a better understanding of distance, faster takedowns, and sharper scrambling. In contrast, he thought Paddy might end up pulling guard and getting outclassed by Ilia even on the ground. Din Thomas said, "I think Paddy is still the most likely to get it right now, but I think Arman understands the ranges better, and he shoots better. Yeah, I think Arman does the best against Ilia, just because he'll throw more high kicks, use the range better on the outside, shoot faster, and scramble better. Paddy will just pull guard, and Ilia might even dominate him on the ground." Javier Mendez believed Arman Tsarukyan was the only lightweight who could truly trouble Ilia Topuria. He pointed out that Arman wouldn't strike with Ilia, but would force a grappling heavy fight, which could test Ilia like never before. Mendez referenced Arman's quick reversal against Charles Oliveira as proof of his elite ground game. Javier Mendez stated Arman Tsarukyan would be the one to give him the most problems because Arman's not going to stand with him. Arman's gonna make it a grappling war. Can Ilia survive the continuous ground attack that Arman's gonna put on him? That would be the test. Look at what he did to Charles. Charles came for a takedown. He freaking switched it on him mid-air. Recently, Khabib Nurmagomedov named Jack Della Maddalena as the toughest opponent of Islam Makhachev's career. He believed Maddalena posed a bigger threat than Charles Oliveira, Ilia Topuria, or anyone else. Khabib pointed out Maddalena's size, power, and boxing, and also respected his grappling. He said if he had to choose between preparing Islam for Ilia or Maddalena, the Maddalena fight would be more challenging and exciting.
Считаю, что Маddalena самый сложный соперник в Ислама карьере. Это мое мнение. Ни Чарльз, никто. Ни один из этих бойцов. И даже не Илья, если бы это бой был бы. Ну, мое личное мнение, во-первых, Maddalena 2 раза больше, чем Илья. Сопоставим. Илья. Вот. Он 2 раза больше. Он выше, больше, ноги помощнее, корпус, бокс не хуже. И грэпплинг он возится очень хорошо, если вы смотрели. Ну, для меня, если я например, буду готовить Ислама против Илья или Maddalena, для меня больше будет волновать и волнует Maddalena.
Ilia Topuria reacted to Khabib's claim that Jack Della Maddalena would be a tougher fight for Islam Makhachev than him by brushing it off, saying, what else is he gonna say? He also showed interest in fighting Jack, saying he'd light him up, and acknowledged how big and dangerous Jack is, especially if he beats Islam.
Yeah, and like
Very,
the guy he's
very
fighting
tough.
right now, Jack, is like he's a big fucking guy too, right?
Wow, just imagine if Jack beats Islam. That fight would be great also.
You
I
versus
would-
Jack?
Yeah, I would love to fight him. Would
What do you think?
love.
I saw Khabib said that he thinks that Jack is a harder fighter for Islam than you.
What he's gonna say.
Yeah.
After a massive win, BMF champ Max Holloway set his sights on lightweight king Ilia Topuria. Max made it clear he wanted revenge, saying Ilia was the first to knock him out, and that's something he plans to make right.
The Ilia Topuria rematch is something like Gaethje might want, right? La revancha con Ilia Topuria es algo que quieres.
For sure. For sure. For do what he did to me, the first man to do it, of course I want revenge.
Ilia Topuria responded to Max Holloway's questioning about him carrying the BMF belt by saying it wasn't his problem. He reminded everyone that he had just knocked out Holloway's friend and didn't see a reason for a rematch.
I think Max Holloway said he was like, he doesn't like how you're walking around with the BMF belt and stuff.
That's not my problem. I just knock him out.
Yeah, I guess they're saying that's an option for a rematch too, but I don't agree with that. Like, you just knocked him out.
I just knock him out.
Yeah.
Like, how you can...
Meanwhile, Ilia Topuria believes Paddy Pimblett doesn't actually want to fight him and is scared deep down. Ilia claimed he could see the fear in Paddy's eyes when they crossed paths and insisted that the eyes never lie. He felt Paddy looked completely out of place, like he regretted his career choice in that moment. Ilia also dismissed a fight with Justin Gaethje, saying the division needs fresh faces and hungrier challengers instead of the same names from the past.
Do you think Paddy Pimblett really wants to fight you?
I saw him. The eyes never lie. He doesn't want to fight me.
Really?
I swear to God, he doesn't want to fight me. I saw the fear in his eyes. The eyes never lie.
Tell us what to look for in that situation, because the rest of us are seeing him get...
When we bring him inside the octagon, he was scared. I'm telling you, he was like, what the f I'm doing here? Why I didn't went to the school, the university? Why I didn't choose something different?
You believe that he's next?
Listen, I don't think that we have anyone else in the division. Like, fighting against Justin Gaethje, I don't think that that's going to be something exciting for the fans, because, as I said, like, we need new blood in the division, you know? We need new faces, new guys that come hungrier than the guys that we used to see in the past, like Justin Gaethje, Charles Oliveira, or the other guys, you know what I mean? So,
however, John Anik pointed out that Ilia Topuria genuinely wants the fight with Paddy Pimblett, calling it a massive matchup. He noted that these types of big money, fun fights are usually reserved for legends near the end of their careers, like GSP or John Jones. Anik said it'll be interesting to see if the UFC gives Ilia that kind of opportunity this early, especially since Dana White initially wasn't keen on the idea of Paddy stepping in.
Topuria badly wants the Paddy Pimblett fight, which is enormous.
Typically, this is a luxury given to guys like, let's say, a GSP at the end of his career, or a John Jones, for example, something like that. He may be in the driver's seat here.
We will see the direction in which they go. Just because Dana White didn't love Pimblett going in there doesn't mean that fight won't be made. I agree with Dana. What he didn't like was that Ilia Topuria just became a two-division champion, not simultaneously, but so why are we matchmaking with the number 8 ranked contender to Capstone International Fight Week instead of sort of living in that win? I think that was Dana's point.
On the other hand, Arman Tsarukyan shared that he respects Paddy Pimblett's skills, but doesn't see him beating elite fighters at their peak. Arman believes Paddy can beat opponents who are past their prime or struggling, but when it comes to top contenders like himself, Ilia, or Islam, he doesn't think Paddy stands a chance.
Do you think Paddy's good, or do you think he's just hype that's going to fizzle out at some point, or do you think he's legit?
He's legit. He's legit, but not like a top 5 fighter level. He can beat like a Charles, maybe now, because nowadays he can beat Charles. He can beat maybe Gaethje, but he never gonna beat Topuria, me, or Islam, you know, who is on the prime right now. He can beat the people who is almost retired or lost fights, you know.
So, this is all we have from today's video, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Share your thoughts about this fight in the comments section, and subscribe to our channel to get more updates about the highly anticipated UFC encounters.